What's going on, dudes and dudettes? So I had to redo this video. The first time around the audio was not good, so hopefully this is a lot better. But we'll get into where these 6 USC Trojans are going to be selected in the 2021 NFL Draft. Luckily this number is higher than what it has been in most recent years, so I want to do a quick video about it. So yeah, let's get started with the number 1 prospect coming out of USC. According to most people, is the defensive tackle J.T. Fairley. He's going to be selected in the 2nd round to go to Detroit. Really, it's almost like a late 1st round pick because Detroit's probably going to finish bottom 5 anyways. But yeah, he's going to go to a good situation. The main head coach there is the defensive line coach. That's what he's known for. So it could be a perfect fit for him. He could definitely get a lot of work right away because they need help on the defensive line, and it's going to be a good opportunity for him, and hopefully he can make the most of it while up there. Then the 2nd player selected in the 2nd round is Elijah Vera Tucker, the offensive lineman. He's going to go to another NFC North team in the Chicago Bears. So once again, another team that definitely needs depth at their position, and he could maybe most likely start for them in the near future, just because of how up and down that whole entire team is really. But it's a good situation for him as well. Obviously, like I said, he has time to play pretty close to soon, so hopefully he'll make most of that opportunity. But yeah, they'll be the first 2 overall guys from USC could be NFC North rivals. Pretty crazy. But then the last guy to go in the 2nd round for USC is the wide receiver Amon-Ra St. Brown. He's going to go to the New England Patriots. It kind of sucks because somehow New England gets richer and richer, even though they're picking in late in the 2nd round, according to this. And of course, they find a gem at wide receiver, in my opinion, in Amon-Ra. He's been great. He was definitely one of the highly talented 5-star guys I wanted to go to USC. And ever since he's been at USC, he's been very productive. I only thought he was going to get better this year, but of course he can't play college football in California right now, which sucks. But yeah, he's definitely a guy that I would look to just place in the slot on any team in the NFL, and he would be very productive. And yeah, the freaking Patriots, Bill Belichick, still get another steal here late or in the middle of the 2nd round, most likely. And then going into the 3rd round, one of the other talented defensive players in safety, Talanoa Hufanga, gets to go to the Pittsburgh Steelers, so they get their future replacement safety, as they did a few years back, or almost like decades now back, when they got Troy Polamalu out of USC. Now they pick another guy who could solidify their future. He's been a guy who really high on. He was definitely another 5-star guy who I really wanted to go to USC, and was very happy that he did. At times in high school he looked better on offense and defense, but once he got to USC, there's a reason why he started playing as a very true freshman at USC. But he did have some injury issues which held him back a bit on stats and stuff. But I mean, if this guy can stay healthy and he's being selected in the 3rd round, he could be one of those steals of the draft, in my opinion, as well, just because of the type of instincts he has, the athletic ability. He could do pretty much anything out there. He could almost play linebacker too if he gets a bit bulkier, but that's just what the Pittsburgh Steelers do. They always retool their defense somehow. They got another good guy in Talanoa Hufanga. And then another guy is free safety Isaiah Pola-Mao, who's actually Troy Polamalu's cousin, but he's actually going to go to the 49ers in the 5th round. So yeah, it's a little bit late for him to be selected, I think, but I think what kind of pushed him back is maybe just he also has some injury issues, but he's kind of a little bit less consistent as, say, Talanoa Hufanga selected, according to this, in the 3rd round. But as far as him being pushed into the starting lineup for the 49ers, I mean, that's great. They were just recently in the Super Bowl, so they're going to be Super Bowl contenders the next at least 3 to 5 years. So having a guy like that will definitely be able to get some playing time. He can play some nickel, some linebacker as well because of his height. So be very interesting to see what he can do with talented team like that. And then the last guy selected for USC in the 7th round, I believe it is Tyler Vaughn, the wide receiver, going to the New York Jets. So he will be reuniting with ex-USC quarterback Sam Darnold there. Hopefully Sam Darnold is still there. I can't believe some people already are writing him off, even though he still has so much talent. He's just on a crappy team with a crappy coach, in my opinion. But yeah, we'll see how that goes. Tyler Vaughn was one of those guys that came into USC who I was really high on. Didn't get much playing time because of how loaded the wide receiver position is always at USC. But once he was in there, he was always very productive. Had some of the best hands I've ever seen at USC. In any weather too. A lot of times, even when they're playing up in Utah, Colorado, you still see him playing without gloves, and he can still catch the ball like nothing. So he could definitely play up there in New York in that cold, frigid weather. But he always was like a miniature, semi-miniature version of AJ Green. He just had that talent, I always thought. But I guess if you give him a little bit more playing time, we'll see what can happen with him. But get him in the 7th round, once again, could be a steal. He should definitely go a round or two higher. But we'll see how this all goes. Very interesting for my USC Trojans, all going to different places. Of course, not to the Chargers, according to this mock draft, but I'm pretty sure they won't be going there because that's just how the Chargers are. They don't look at good enough talent, especially from my favorite school. So we'll see how this goes. Thanks for watching, people. Like and subscribe. Comment down below. Let me know what y'all think. Have a great rest of your day. Bye now.